Here we go.
This is the Unfiltered podcast.
Remy and Kasey on WIL.
It's our second Unfiltered podcast. Welcome back. We appreciate you. This is the podcast where we talk about all the things that we talk about off the air that we can't talk about on the air.
Or maybe that we don't have time to talk about on the air.
Yeah. Or we like get into an argument on the air or off the air that's going to, that gets pretty passionate. Like what happened yesterday when I said that I don't drink tap water.
How did this? I don't actually remember how this came about.
I think we were talking about your faucet, meat, because you've got
It's
a leaky.
been leaking nonstop.
You got a leaky faucet.
Yeah.
And you said something about how turning off the water, and then you left the room, and I was like, "Oh, we just drink bottled water. We don't ever drink tap water."
No, you made some sort of comment that was something like, it sounded like that was just the craziest idea ever to drink tap water. And I remember I was like, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I've.
Did you fill up a water bottle or something? Or?
No, my wife and I started because our first house in St. Charles, I don't know, the apartment that we lived in didn't have awesome tasting tap water. And so what we did was we got one of those Brita filters, those like pitchers that you fill up halfway.
That's tough because you got to get new filters.
Slowly trickles.
You got to fill it up every time you want to use it.
Exactly. And those filters are expensive over time. So we ended up switching to bottled water. And then we just kind of stuck with that and never really gave tap water another chance. You know, why? I mean, I know what the tap water at our house does to our bathtub and to our sink because it's hard and it's nasty.
Leaves
And I
all
don't want to
the
put that in my
lines and
body.
everything.
Yeah, it's gross. So I just get bottled
So
water.
you just kill all the turtles. No big deal.
Right. Just use all the plastic.
Destroy the ocean. It's fine. Yeah.
We recycle.
Not everything, apparently. But
But do you cook with bottled water and all that too, or use tap water to cook, or like Kool-Aid, lemonade, stuff like that?
If we're boiling it, like if I'm making pasta, I get it from the tap because then that cleans it, right? If you're boiling it.
If you're making Kool-Aid, though.
If I'm making Kool-Aid, which rarely happens, but if I do, yeah, bottled water all day.
That is insane.
You're pouring out the bottles of water into the
like
pitchers.
all 8 of them? Whatever it takes.
Well, again, we don't really make it that often, but another thing we use bottled water for is the Keurig. Like I don't fill that up. I don't fill that up under the sink.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
still
that's bottled
don't.
water.
But also, I only grew up drinking tap water. So now I never feel like I even think twice about it. If I'm somewhere, to the extent that if I am at someone's house and they have the water spout on their fridge, I'll still go to the sink first.
Really?
That's wild.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that almost tastes like bottled water, and filtered water almost tastes worse to me now.
Wow, okay.
Because it tastes kind of stale.
It's almost like a texture thing to me. Like, do you ever go to the store and get spring water versus purified water? You
I
can
understand.
feel the difference. I don't taste it as much, but I can feel
feel
the
it in my
weirdness. It's like a
mouth.
thicker. I don't know.
It's 2%.
Yeah, exactly.
Whole water as opposed to 2% water. Yeah, drinking out of the faucet as a kid was very normal. This is just a recent thing as of the last like 10 or 11 years for me, where the bottled water kind of infiltrated, and now that's just all we drink. But how about this? Did you guys ever drink from the hose as kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I drank from the hose in high school at football. That's how like we all got our water.
Yeah,
You get desperate. It was like, but that taste will never leave your memory ever. Like you belly up to a hose
tastes
and
a little metallic.
metallic along with rubbery, like that hose smell.
The dead bugs and who
Yeah.
knows what else that are in the hose that the water
I
goes
always
through
think
on the
about
way
it
out.
though, and I'm like, but we came from someone, like humans have been on this earth for a long time, and in 1800s they were not filtering their water. Were they boiling it? Yeah, maybe, but I mean, they were getting it from wherever, and they were fine.
No, they were getting dysentery, and then they all died.
They all
No,
died at like
that
30, Casey.
Have you
I don't
never
think my
played
tap
the
water's
Oregon
gonna
Trail?
kill me.
It won't. No, and I think the regulations on tap water, for the most part, they have to filter to some capacity.
Aside
But-
from being in like Flint, Michigan, I think we should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think that there's all these conspiracy theories that float around tap water too, like adding fluoride to the water and things like that a lot of water treatment plants will do. And there's a lot of like conspiracy theory people out there that think that if you drink tap water, that they can mess with your mind and things like that. It gets crazy out there.
They put a chip in the tap water.
I don't know about chips, but
I feel like it's all just a little try hard. It's like that's like whenever we posted that question of Facebook earlier today, and it was like, "Hey, what was your first car?" And the people that responded were like, "That's a security question.
Yeah.
Not telling you that.
hacker's not gonna get me today.
Looking for my
Won't fool
information
me."
to talk."
Jennifer says, I keep hearing that STL has the best water. And I've heard this too. I'm in the aquarium hobby, and we have a couple of, and you guys wouldn't know this, but we have a couple of marine fish breeders in the area that love the fact that we're in between two rivers because we get such clean water from those rivers for I guess the breeding of tropical fish. It's a little weird, but yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know.
That's so interesting because I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just got properties from like all over the country. So it's just like the water's flowing nonstop. So like you get parts of the dirt from every little place.
I just look at the Mississippi River and it's a very weird shade of brown. And I'm cool with not sticking a cup in there and drinking it.
The first time that I went to Colorado, my best friend lives in Denver. She was like, "You've got to try the tap water," and I was like, "What the heck does that mean?" But because of everything in Colorado being so pure and clean when it comes to the water, it was different. I was like, "Oh, immediately I can tell how much cleaner this is."
That's interesting. But you were in this conversation saying that you only drink tap water from the kitchen sink.
Yeah, something about the bathroom sink really freaks me out.
You won't put a glass up to the bathroom sink?
I don't. It really kind of freaks me
Okay, and
out.
I'm weird for just drinking bottled water.
I don't know why, because I understand that it's fine, and I understand that here at work I'll use the water fountain that uses the same water source as our bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
And I don't think twice about it. But something about being at home.
That's what sparked it. That's what sparked it. You came back and I asked if you got your water from the water fountain. I was like, why would you do that? We have purified water in the kitchen.
And I was like, it's not as good.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. That's what sparked it. Yeah. It's like, you didn't come to the kitchen. That's the weirdest thing ever. Why would you not get purified water? And then that led into a whole conversation of how you wash yourself and how you don't usually wash yourself.
Oh, yeah, because I said I don't really fully like to drink from the bathroom sink. It freaks me out. Remy said, well, how do you wash or like rinse after you brush your teeth? And I said, I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to get the toothpaste out.
Which is another thing that I didn't know was weird.
I'm on the fence about this, and I really need like a dental hygienist or a dentist to give me the answer on this, especially when it comes to toothpaste. I know with mouthwash, it's different. You want to leave the mouthwash in your mouth. You don't want to rinse. Swish it around, spit it out, whatever. Done. Don't put water in your mouth after mouthwash. But toothpaste, what about toothpaste? Do you rinse your mouth after toothpaste?
I've like never, even as a little kid, I think the idea of putting my hands in the water and then, or even just having a cup there, the whole thing, I didn't like it. So I, brush, spit it out, I'm done.
Interesting.
Do they still make those Dixie cup dispensers? I was always
like the little small bathroom
we
cup.
never had
with
one.
the one-use products.
Yeah, but we never had one as kids. But like I would stay over at friends' houses who had them.
Yeah,
and I feel like those are a very big thing. I don't know if they still are.
That feels like a '90s staple for sure.
Just wasteful now.
Or early 2000s.
Man. I wish that a dentist was watching this right now.
I feel like the toothpaste thing for you, Remy, is the hypochondriac coming out in you because you're afraid that every small thing is going to hurt you. Like leaving the toothpaste in your mouth, it'll start to decay your teeth over time. I feel like that's what all this is. It's just coming back to your issues.
You guys have labeled me a hypochondriac, and I do not think I'm a hypochondriac.
Yeah, no. For sure.
You come in every day and you're like,
not every day.
Something's hurting. I'm dead. My elbow hurts. I called my doctor. Turns out I'll probably have cancer, but we'll see. They haven't picked up the phone yet.
Literally never said that.
You told me I was going to die for drinking a bottle of water out of my car that had been sitting in there for like a couple of days.
Yes, you will.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't bug me either. Yeah, I'll drink like hot water and not think twice about it.
Like out of your car?
Not hot maybe, but
I don't care.
Bottle of water sits in your car.
I'm drinking it
for 2 or 3 days in the 100-degree heat out here, and you're good with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it back in the fridge and then drink it later.
To me, it just like is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just water.
Bro, the sun.
If I wanted something that was going to make it taste good, I would not get water.
The sun and the heat breaks down the plastic that it's in, and you're releasing cancer-causing agents into your bloodstream.
Yeah, like once a month, maybe if I'm doing that often.
Those drinks experience the heat and the sun when they're at the packaging plants and in the trucks traveling all over the country.
They wrap them.
What in plastic? What are you talking about?
When I was in high school, I worked at a beach at a lake, and we had these vending machines out there that had soda, Powerade, all this that was like 4 and 5 years old. It tasted great. You would never know the difference. And those had all been affected by the sun.
It's because they built Coke differently back in the day.
Oh yeah,
they built
so
it
much
different with real sugar.
I believe all of these things are true. Like we know it's bad for you, but I think it's okay sometimes. Like I don't lose any sleep over
Everything is bad for you.
How do you live a perfect life? That's the question. How do you live a perfect life? You know?
It's not easy.
I think you do that by it sounds bad, but I honestly think you do that by doing what you want. Obviously being a good person, but doing what you want and not worrying so much about what anyone else will say, think, or like have to do with it. So much so that even if that's the thing that kills you, you're like, all right, I still had like a great time. I'm chill.
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
I still drank that bottle of water.
And then that ripple effect happens. Speaking of ripple effects and you're bathing.
You always bring this up.
I do because it blows my mind. I don't know how often my wife washes her hair, but I would imagine it's probably about the same frequency as the amount of times that you wash your hair.
Ladies.
It's a different thing.
Come
Girls'
to my rescue here.
bathing habits it's mind blowing.
Because I will literally take a shower twice in 12 hours. So I take a shower before I get here in the morning, shampoo in the hair, body wash, everything. Get to work. Then I go to the gym after work, right across the parking lot, get all sweaty and gross. I'm not going to get in my car all sweaty and gross. So I shower again. Hair wash, body soap, everything. And then I do the same thing the next day.
Do you not shower before bed? I thought you showered before bed.
I don't shower before bed. That would be, well, it depends. It depends on if I'm like sometimes I'll take 3 showers in a day.
Yeah.
If I mow the lawn or if I'm outside and get sweaty and gross, then yeah.
I hear you.
That's crazy to me. I will shower every day. That is every day. I'm a night shower though. However, the thing is, you and I have different concerns because I'm not washing my hair every day because I don't want it to fall out and I don't want it to get brittle. That's what the shampoo every day is going to do to your hair. I want mine to be strong so I can keep dyeing it and keep it on my head for a long time.
So I can damage it in other ways.
Yeah, so I can be 30 years older now and thank goodness I always took good care of my hair. If you shampoo it every day, you're really going to break it down. Same thing with your skin. If you're using that much soap every day, you're going to break down those cells in a way that's going to dry it out. And I'm trying not to get wrinkly when I get older. So I don't want to strip my skin and my hair of all those natural oils so much every day.
Okay.
I'll take wrinkly over smelly though. Like I feel like
That's the difference, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not smelling.
I don't get how girls do it.
I haven't ever smelled
bad on me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I use a premium soap called Irish Spring.
Oh, fancy.
It's premium, so I don't know if
Spending the big bucks.
I will probably get wrinkles. My hair is still intact, which is good. My father is bald, or not bald, but he's got the whole around the circumference of the back and the sides.
The
of his head.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah, the cul-de-sac. Yeah. My brother is going that way. He's younger than me. I feel like if I've made it this far, I'm at least going to have hair on top of my head for the rest of my life. I'm hoping.
I'm letting you know that hat is not doing you any favors, though.
I think it's preservation.
I think it preserves it.
It is preservation.
It doesn't. It's like holding it in. It can't breathe. It's taking all the follicles and smashing them.
What do you do?
But think of what it's protecting him from, like the sun. He's
Yeah,
not damaging
if
his
the guy
scalp.
went outside, but really he's just
talking about? I'm
you mow
outside
your
every day.
grass.
No,
You
I'm
mow your
outside
grass
every day.
in the sun.
Every day.
He covers
In the sun.
everything. His
Yes.
hair, his legs.
I was outside yesterday, almost all day.
What I'm saying is, the amount of time that you spend in the sun, I don't necessarily think your argument adds up.
Oh, whatever.
It looks good though.
So, thank you. My hat or
and
my
as
hair?
long as you're going to
Both.
wear the hat for the rest of your life, it doesn't matter if you lose your hair.
Look at
Oh, that's weird.
look at
now.
these locks. I need to get it
I need
cut.
to get some just for men.
I think you should get a little bit of pomade.
You think?
Yeah.
Looking at the wrong
A lot
camera
of
here.
grays.
I don't know. I like it. If I straightened it, it would be like all the way across my face.
I think you should get a bowl cut. You're pretty close to it right now. Just
Wait, that would be
straight
so
across.
funny. You're so lucky you didn't win last month because that would have been a great punishment.
that would have been. What if it became a trend? Because who would have thought that mullets would have ever come back?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was a trend to have the same hairstyle that you had in junior high and high school?
Oh, goodness.
I literally, in junior high, and I didn't switch this up until freshman year of high school, I had part down the middle, bull haircut.
That's funny.
That was my
That was
hairstyle
totally
in
the
junior high.
style back then.
It
though.
was.
Like the longer
Yeah.
part, kind of like
Yes.
longer hair with the part.
Yes, for sure. But that would look ridiculous today.
It's kind of happening.
It's already happening?
I have seen that in younger people again.
Really?
Yes, like the e-boys I'm pointing to.
E-boys, for those older people in the room, are
Also me.
electronic boys.
Yeah, sheesh.
Like they're going to go home and play Fortnite today?
I can't, maybe, but they're also like the ones on TikTok. They may or may not have one fingernail painted black. They're wearing docks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
That
I know who you're
one.
talking about. The guys that just kind of like show up on TikTok and do things, but
Yeah.
it's not really, they don't
He
really have
might
talent
date
or anything.
Charlie D'Amelio, and no one knows how, but
Yeah.
he's got that haircut.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've covered a decent amount of things on the hats hurt hair. Vicky says.
No,
Hats hurt
Vicky,
hair.
I
Vicky's
don't
got my
think so.
back up in here.
But what do you
That's
want to?
all I'm
What do you
saying.
want to do?
Prove it, Vicky.
When you look, if you go to a museum and you want to preserve something like a relic of some sort, you don't put it out in the sun. You cover it up. You make sure it's
You're not
protected.
sitting in the sun for that long.
It's protecting his skin as well.
Every little bit helps, dude.
Dude, I saw his skin for the first time that it saw the sun on the first sandals trip we went to, and I was like, this man, I don't know if the sun's ever seen you.
Straight white.
We had to take him tanning for like a month before we went.
Yes, I went tanning.
And then guess what? He came into the studio all up in arms because how he was going to get cancer. And he's like, it's damaging me permanently. I still have the line.
You know what I do? I still
You
have the line.
should,
I
because
still
your
have
ass
the
has
line.
never seen, your bare ass has never seen the
That
sun.
is true, and it should never see the sun. I feel like most women's swimsuits these days leave it's just nothing but ass. That's all it
It
is.
just hangs out.
It's just all ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
So most women's asses will get sun these days. My ass will never see the sun.
Right. So it's fine.
How did we get here?
I don't know, but this is what happens. These conversations in the studio digress into weird places.
Kasey wins the next month of Remy versus Kasey. Kasey buys him a Speedo to wear when we're in the Bahamas.
A Speedo would cover my ass.
Yeah, but not as much as you want it to.
I would be okay with a Speedo.
Speedo and a bowl cut, though.
That's two punishments. That's two punishments.
2 months.
That's not going to work. All I'm saying is that I'd be okay with a Speedo. I wouldn't be okay if you start cutting the back of it and it starts going up my butt.
Little thong action.
Yeah. But that's like, I would feel bad if you were you have a confidence problem and you're a female and trying to buy a swimsuit these days is got to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah. Because you have a lot of options, but yeah, it's no fun.
Just let it hang. Just let it fly.
Remy, just let it hang.
European, right? That's what they do. They don't care.
No, they don't care about anything.
They're just out there on the beaches,
It's actually
nude.
appalling how much they don't care.
All right. You guys got anything else?
No.
I think this is a good place to wrap it.
Time to go bikini shopping.
See
go bikini
you
shopping.
next Tuesday.
Yes. This is the Remy and Kasey Unfiltered Podcast, episode 2. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you.